apology for floating a spy balloon over the United States. Watch.
I can tell you, no, there was no apology. But what I can also tell you is this was an opportunity to speak very clearly and very directly about the fact that China sent a surveillance balloon over our territory, violating our sovereignty, violating international law. And I told him quite simply that that was unacceptable and can never happen again.
Wow. That's a unbelievably bland.
Feckless.
I mean, I have more authority when I put my kids on timeout. I'm telling you, it's true. It's true. They are not afraid of us. And that's part of the scary point. And also the fact that they're in Germany talking about the Ukraine war and Russia. And this is clearly the focus of our military and our Pentagon and our White House at the same time that we're seeing China getting more and more aggressive. Vice President Harris calling out China for deepening its relationship with Moscow. Listen to this.
We are also troubled that Beijing has deepened its relationship with Moscow since the war began. Looking ahead, any steps by China to provide lethal support to Russia would only reward aggression, continue the killing, and further undermine a rules-based order. The American people, you see, are in awe of the resolve of the people of Ukraine.
Yeah.
Wasn't that predictable, though, that Russia, I mean, people were saying this before the invasion, when there was plenty of time, I think, to hold off that invasion and have some negotiations and keep that from happening. There were many points that could have happened. But that said, when that happened, a lot of people were saying this is going to bring China and Russia closer together. This is going to make it worse for the United States in terms of its relationship with China. And here we have it.
You know, there was a fascinating article this week where a French intellectual, his name is I think Emmanuel Todd, I believe is his name, said, in essence, World War III, this was his estimation, has begun. That it begins as an economic war. It's we have divided the world into the West and then China and Russia on the other side together, essentially an economic warfare with one another. That has begun, right?
Of course.
And then he said the real question is there any exit strategy? Is there an off-ramp for this? And it certainly appears the United States has no exit strategy for what's happening in Ukraine.
Right.
And if that's the case, then we have to come to grips with the idea that almost every real war, world wars, have been predicated by economic wars. You know, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor because we sanctioned their ability to import oil. Right? That's not excusing. That was Japan's rationale. We need oil. We need energy. What did Hitler do when he decided to go east and invade? He wanted to eventually go invade the Soviet Union. He first went down to Romania and all that so he could get oil reserves. Economics precede kinetic war.
I mean, that's why embargoes are considered an act of war. That's why blowing up a pipeline is also considered an act of war, which is why the Biden administration so adamantly denies what has been reported in detail likely happened, that the United States blew up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It all feeds into that. And then you watch.